You thought hurting me would break me. You thought if you cut me deep enough, I'd bleed out and beg. You thought if you left me there, alone, shattered, forgotten, that I'd never stand again. But what you didn't know is that I was built for pain. I was built for fire, and fire doesn't fear scars. It forgives nothing and burns through everything. I didn't rise in spite of the hurt. The hurt is what raised me the nights you left me, wondering if I was worth anything. Those nights built my discipline. The mornings I woke up with your silence still ringing in my chest, that silence turned into strategy. You thought you were the one with power when you walked away. But every step you took away from me was a step I took toward my rise. See, you were the lesson I needed, the pain I wasn't ready for, but got anyway. And when I finally realized you were never coming back, that's when I stopped looking behind me. That's when the fire started. Not a flame, not a spark, a full-blown blaze. Because there's nothing more dangerous than someone who's been broken and still stands. I used to wait for apologies. Now I wait for no one. I used to pray for closure. Now I close doors without permission. I used to explain my pain to people who enjoyed watching me suffer. Not anymore. Now I build in silence, in rage, in precision. I stack every tear you caused like bricks and turn them into a wall you'll never climb. You can't kill what's already been dead inside. You can't defeat a soul that's made peace with suffering. When you hurt me, you thought I'd shatter, but I rebuilt myself from the pieces, stronger, harder, colder. I don't need revenge. I am the consequence. And every step I take forward is a reminder that you lost something you'll never deserve again. The old me would have let you come back, would have welcomed you with open arms and an open wound. But that version of me is gone, buried under the ashes of who you tried to destroy. What's left isn't forgiving. What's left doesn't forget. What's left is focused, ruthless, unbothered. You don't get to come back to a version of me that no longer exists. I don't wish you pain. I hope you stay comfortable in the mediocrity you chose. But know this, every moment you watch me rise, that's a moment you'll remember what you could have had, what you could have grown with, but you traded loyalty for ego, you traded real for easy, and I traded you for freedom. You think you know me? You knew the me that needed you, not the me who learned how to survive without you. The me who woke up hungry, who stopped talking and started moving. The me who doesn't crave validation, only victory, who doesn't need company, only clarity. And that clarity showed me that you were never worth the war I fought for you. I don't show my pain anymore. I show my progress. I don't speak on what you did. My success screams it loud enough. Every achievement is a middle finger to the doubt you fed me. Every step forward is a funeral for the lies I once believed. And every win is a nail in the coffin of who you thought I'd stay. I'm not bitter, I'm better, I'm not angry, I'm alive, I'm not crying, I'm creating. And every creation, every build, every step, every fight, it's all fueled by that moment you thought I was done. You didn't just hurt me, you unlocked me. You thought I'd stay on the ground, you thought I'd stay quiet. But I don't rise for applause. I rise because my soul refuses to drown in weakness. I rise because there's still fire in my bones. I rise because you woke something in me that'll never sleep again. When you hurt me, I didn't just break, I transformed. Pain didn't shatter me, it shaped me. It took everything soft and turned it into steel. It took every tear and forged a blade. Now I don't react, I rebuild. I don't chase, I charge. And every step I take without you is a victory. You see, I was never meant to stay broken. I was meant to learn, to bleed, to feel every inch of the pain, and then outgrow it. I don't carry you in my chest anymore. I carried you long enough to realize you were just dead weight. So I let go, not out of weakness, but out of power. You lost the right to be a part of the story. You tried to end. You wanted me weak. You wanted me to need you. You wanted me dependent on your presence. But now I'm dangerous without it. I don't just stand, I tower. I don't just move on. I leave fire trails behind me. I don't just heal, I build empires with my scars. You can't hurt me twice. Not because I'm untouchable, but because I've learned how to bleed without breaking. I don't hide from pain, I harness it. I ride with it. I let it teach me, shape me, fuel me. And when it's done, I use it as a weapon. A weapon. You handed me the day you thought I'd stay weak forever. You thought you knew me. That's the joke. You knew the version of me that needed approval, that craved acceptance, that believed your lies because I wanted them to be true. But that me, he's gone, buried, dead. The one who stands in his place doesn't want love. He wants purpose. He doesn't want validation. He wants victory. And he doesn't want you back. He wants peace. I don't forgive you because you deserve it. I forgive you because I refuse to carry your poison in my blood any longer. I'm not free because you said sorry. I'm free because I took my power back. You hurt me, yes, but you don't own me. Not my thoughts, not my future, not my rise. You don't get to take credit for who I became. I didn't build this strength because of you. I built it in spite of you. You were the fire, sure, but I was the one who chose to walk through it. And now I don't just survive flames. I set my own and burn down everything that no longer serves me. My circle got smaller, but my vision got clearer. My heart got harder, but my focus got sharper. I don't let just anyone in anymore. I don't explain myself to those who were never listening. I don't fight for space in rooms I wasn't meant to be in. If you left, stay gone. If you hurt me, stay out of reach. I don't retake tests I've already passed. I'm not the same, and that's the point. Growth doesn't look like peace. It looks like pain, discipline, loneliness, and focus. It looks like nights alone, like goals met in silence, like battles fought behind closed doors. And that's where I live now, in that place between hurt and greatness, the place you never had the strength to walk through. You thought hurting me would stop me. It started me. I'm not built like I used to be. The pain you gave me didn't just change me, it erased me. And what came after wasn't softer, kinder, or easier to control. What came after was fire wrapped in skin, focus dressed as flesh, purpose hiding behind these eyes. You don't recognize me anymore. Good. That means the rise worked. I stopped explaining myself when I realized nobody was listening. I stopped chasing closure when I realized silence was the only answer coming. So I chose my own ending. I cut ties. I cut access. I cut the rope you used to pull me back whenever you felt like it. I am no longer your backup plan. I am my own beginning. You see, I used to need you. That's why it hurt so bad. That's why I cried. That's why I stayed. But now, I need the version of me that kept fighting, even when you tried to rip the fight out of me. I need the version of me that sat in silence and built himself while everyone else slept. I don't miss you. I miss the time I wasted believing you'd come back different. Pain doesn't scare me anymore. You can only bleed so many times before the wounds become calluses. And once that happens, once you've felt it all, you stop fearing the next hit. You stop flinching. You stop running. You learn to take it, use it, channel it. Pain is a teacher that doesn't care if you're ready. But if you pass its test, you never go back to who you were before it arrived. I don't want revenge. I want results. I don't want them to hurt like I did. That's too easy. I want them to watch me rise every day and realize they'll never be part of it. That they burned the bridge to the only place that would have loved them purely. That while they played games, I built a kingdom, and there's no throne left for traitors here. You tried to break me quietly, but my comeback will be loud, not in words, in action, not in anger, in achievement. You'll hear my name and feel it in your chest. You'll see my face and feel the regret rise like acid in your throat. That's not hate, that's consequence, and you earned every second of it. I'm not here to make you proud. I'm not here to prove you wrong. I'm here because I survived the version of me that still believed in you. That's the one I buried. That's the one that let you stay too long. Now I move with intent, with ice in my blood and fire in my soul. You don't belong in this story anymore. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who's already faced their own darkness. I sat with my demons. I dined with my fears. I looked at my flaws without flinching. And when I walked away, I brought their power with me. I don't need your comfort. I am my own shelter. I don't need your applause. I am my own anthem. I used to want to be loved. Now I want to be respected. I want peace over passion, growth over games, loyalty over loud promises. I no longer fall for what glitters. I look for fire, for grit, for depth. And if you don't have that, you're not welcome. The hurt didn't kill me, it cured me. You don't know what it means to rise until you've been on the floor with nothing left but your breath. Until you've been surrounded by silence, abandoned by the ones who promised to stay. Until you've had to stitch yourself back together with nothing but grit and a vision. That's where I was, and that's where I built this version of me. From ash, from rage, from absolute emptiness. You don't scare me, not anymore. I've looked in the mirror and seen a man I didn't even recognize. Not because I was weak, but because I was becoming something unstoppable. I didn't rise with grace. I rose with fury. I didn't heal with time. I healed with pressure, and pressure created the diamond you thought would crack. Everything they took from me, I replaced with discipline. Every lie they fed me, I turned into focus. I rewired my mind around the reality that no one's coming to save me. No one's going to fight my battles. So I became my own army. I march alone now, but I march loud. And every step forward feels like a victory against every voice that told me I wouldn't make it. You thought I was gone, but I was just reloading. I was just resetting. I was just learning that the rise always starts right after the breakdown. You saw me quiet and thought I was weak, but that silence was me planning the blueprint. That silence was me training in darkness, preparing for the day you'd regret underestimating me. I don't let pain define me anymore. I let it design me. It carved out all the parts that needed to die, the people-pleasing, the self-doubt, the desperation. It left behind only what was necessary: fire, will, focus. A relentless drive to become the kind of man that makes everything that tried to kill him wish it had a second shot. You don't lose. When people leave, you win space for better. You win clarity. You win freedom from the weight that was holding you underwater while pretending to be air. I stopped begging people to stay. If you want to go, go. I won't chase. I won't call. I won't collapse. I'll just rise again and again until my existence becomes the proof that I never needed you to begin with. I don't react. I execute. I don't break. I reshape. I don't wait. I work. While others dream about healing, I bleed for progress. While they complain about pain, I use mine as a tool. That's the difference. That's why I'll rise while they remain stuck, waiting for a version of life that requires no fire. But greatness requires fire. Greatness requires failure. And you don't earn strength in comfort. You earn it in chaos. In rebuilding yourself with shaking hands and a shattered heart. I didn't just rise, I built. I didn't just heal, I hardened. I didn't just let go, I let burn. And what's left is a man you can't shake, can't play, can't lie to, can't stop. I'm not just climbing, I'm coming for everything I was once afraid to want. And this time, I'm not asking, I'm not waiting, I'm not hoping, I'm taking. Every goal, every win, every ounce of power that I gave away while I was drowning in the idea that I wasn't enough. I am more than enough. I am the storm. You thought would never come back around. You thought you broke me. No, you built me. I used to think pain was the enemy, that hurt was a sign to stop, to retreat, to protect. But now I know better. Hurt is the door. It's the entry point to the next level. And most people never walk through it. They run from it. Not me. I walked through with bare feet and a beating chest. And on the other side, I found fire. The pain you gave me became the fuel I could never find on my own. You want credit for my strength? Fine. You want to say you made me cold? Maybe you did. But what you'll never say is that you broke me. Because broken men don't rise like this. Broken men don't build in silence and show up loud. Broken men don't look pain in the eye and smile. I don't live in the past anymore. I visit it. I walk through its ashes, just to remember how far I've come. But I don't stay there. That place is a graveyard, and I'm done digging up the dead. Let the memories rot. Let the lies fade. Let the silence speak. My life is forward. My focus is fierce. My flame is fed daily by discipline you'll never understand. You see, the real victory wasn't getting you back. It was never needing you again. The real power wasn't revenge. It was realizing that my peace scared you more than my anger ever did. I don't lash out. I level up. I don't shout. I show. My wins speak louder than any apology you never gave. My growth is louder than any goodbye you whispered. This isn't about you anymore. This is about me. Me becoming everything you said I wasn't. Me proving to myself that I was always capable, even when you made me feel like I wasn't enough. Me carrying my hurt like a crown, not a chain. You tried to drag me down, and in doing so, you lifted me higher than I ever would have climbed on my own. They always say, don't let the hurt change you, but that's exactly what I let it do. Because who I am now, he's built, he's war-tested. He doesn't fold for feelings. He doesn't break for people. He doesn't beg for belonging. He belongs everywhere he steps, because he earned it with every scar, every tear, every damn silent night. I forgive you, but I'll never reopen that door. I appreciate the lesson, but I don't need a rematch. I see your name, but I don't feel anything. That's how I know I'm free. That's how I know I didn't just rise. I outgrew the whole world you tried to trap me in. I'm bigger than that. I'm brighter. I'm bulletproof. And this isn't the end. This is chapter 1 of the man you didn't see coming. The one who doesn't hide behind hurt. The one who doesn't make excuses. The one who woke up, stood up, showed up, and never looked back. I am the consequence. I am the clarity. I am the rise that came from ruin. So go ahead, watch me. Watch me become what you could never kill. Watch me build from every piece you tried to break. Watch me turn every scar into a signature. Watch me rise. You hurt me? Good. Now watch me win forever.